Hello, hello, hello. It's me. Just a quick message. I've come on to speak to you all. It's midnight, 11 minutes past midnight. We are in the witching hour. And I've come on just to give you a quick message, send all my love. I'm reporting live from Newcastle upon Tyne. This is your psychiclj with Nola. And I just thought I would come on to speak to you all. Hello there, lifelong learner. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's me. I'm still here. I'm doing good. I'm a bit sore, but I'm okay. And I wasn't going to plan to come on tonight. I was going to go and watch stuff on the television, but we've just recently had a scammer who's been using my name, and I just wanted to come on because I'm really upset about some people have paid money to this scammer. If you go onto my community page on YouTube, you'll be able to see the scammer who's impersonating me. So please report this person. I hope nobody's reported me. That's what I was by mistake, because it's such weird energies, and that's why I needed to come on to tell you what's been going on. I'm really concerned at the minute. I'm concerned about the energies at the moment, and I just needed to come on to say hello. I'm still here. The first time I've got ready today since I've come back from hospital, I had to nip out to do a little bit of chores, but I'm actually good. I'm feeling really good. I've got a new boob, guys, a reconstructed boob. Still my own flesh, but it's been reconstructed. They removed everything what shouldn't have been there. They removed the gremlin, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty strong, but I just wanted to come on to talk about the energies at the moment, and just to tell you that I love you all and thank you for all the beautiful messages. I'm here still, guys, and yeah, I think something happened to me in the operation where it's made us even stronger and more determined. The energies is out of control. That's why I've come on to talk to you all. I've got a lot of beautiful clients around the world. We're all really feeling it. And my heart went out to people who went and paid this scammer tonight. So please be careful, guys, right? Yes, I do private readings, but I will never ask for money, right? I only ask for money when you book in, when you reach out to me. I never reach out to anybody unless they reach out to me, right? I don't promote that type of thing, okay? Somebody had come on my channel, copied my logo, my name, even the Lulu scope thing, and then started talking all radical, asking for money from people for, I don't know if it was for spells or whatever, or readings, I really don't know. But I just hope the people who have paid, I hope they get their money back. This is dreadful. And I hope that YouTube recognises a scammer and doesn't report me. Because there's this twisted energy what's out there at the minute. And that's what I've come on to talk about. There's something not quite right. And there's so many scammers at the moment. So please be careful. We've got the solar eclipse and it's making people nervous. But it's a little bit more than that. Right? There's something, the veil is very thin at the moment. We're heading into, Good Friday, Easter time. And I wanted to just give out a message to say that I'm still there for you all. I'll be getting back to normal soon. But something is not quite right. And I want you to keep grounded, guys, okay? Don't feed in. Listen to me. Don't feed into the fear. All right? Keep rooted. Keep rooted. The scammers are on a rise. The evil's on a rise. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised in the collective if something happens within the next couple of weeks. Within days, right? To weeks. So we have to keep grounded. We have to protect ourselves. And we have to keep faith. So what's happening is, it's like that snake's got loose. Because we're living in very biblical times. Right? And just be in nature. Do the nice things with your family. Be with your animals. Be in nature. All right? everybody's fear is coming to a peak. Take a deep breath, right? Okay. I've got my nice British cup of tea. Give us 2 minutes. I do not smoke anymore. All right. I will never put one of them dirty sticks back in my mouth again. And I actually feel really, really good. And I really do feel like something happened to my soul when I was under anaesthetic. And I'm going to be doing a video on it. Okay. I was transported. And I was shown around a table with beautiful cherubims, angels. What is taking place on this planet at the moment, and we have to keep strong. Okay? We have to protect the vulnerable, we're families, we're children, we're youths, we're animals, we're elderly, the babies. We have to use our gut feeling. Okay. I've never actually said something's going to happen on the 8th. I hope it's not nasty. What I was picking up that it's possible. I get a funny feeling about the 12th, you know. But I just think there's so much craziness happening at the moment. And I think that there's a load of situations all going off. But something else is going on with time. And I've been talking about this with clients, right? Just today, all right? Friends and clients. There's like, we're going from old earth into new earth. And in between, there's the in-betweeners. The ones who are floating there, the ones who are confused. But there's also a vortex. There's in that vortex of no time. It's like people are getting confused and getting pulled out of where they're supposed to be going. The scammer who was impersonating me was asking for money for orphans. And I know that there's a lot of people with good hearts on my channel who would donate to that. Please be careful. I hope that you get your money back. I pray that whoever's paid this scammer, that you get your money back. If you go onto my community page after this, you'll be able to see that I've posted the scammer's actual channel. They only opened it this year, just this month. So it hasn't got any content on, okay? And they only opened it. You'll go onto mine, you'll see that mine's been there since 2016, 17. All right? You've just got to read between the lines. We're being so tricked in many different ways. Yeah, it's like the twilight zone that we're in. It is a WW111. Yes, it's on every level. Just before I had my operation, I was doing this amazing shaman session for one of my good clients in Australia. And we got transported, I'll not say his name unless he wants to comment, on a Viking ship. And you know me, I'm into the Vikings at the moment. Because of my family, I've got family, like they've got Viking heritage, and it's like really exciting. And we were actually sailing on this ship, and we were with Goddess Freya. Now, Goddess Freya showed us that I didn't even know there was a Goddess Freya. Right, I was in this channeling session and I was taking him through because I was doing this soul retrieval for him. And Goddess Freya came down and said that I was an aspect of her. Right, so I'm not meaning that in an egotistic way, and I'm not saying I'm fully Freya, but I believe it really clicked with us. Okay, and I was taking this guy and we were traveling over rough seas, and then there was like this monster thing came out the sea, and it was another Viking. It was the god of the sea. It was all exciting. We were like really there. It was so incredible. And in my anaesthetic, I was, you know, you can't remember when you've had an anaesthetic, can you guys? Well, I've never. I mean, I think I've had one when I was little, when I had some teeth out. But I'm not one who's had operations since then. But I know a lot of people, and my sons have had operations, and they can't remember anything in their operation. But in my anaesthetic, I was in a place of bliss. Bliss. Now, previously running up to it, I became so close with God, and I've always believed in God. Okay, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, but I was in this place of, I was feared, okay, because I had to face something that I didn't want to face, and I was frightened of having the operation. So I turned to God. I put my life into God's hands, and I said to God, show me what's going on if you can. So in the operation, it was so funny. You would have laughed your head off. So I went into I marched down to the anaesthetic room, and I was like, sort of like full of hell in a way. I thought, I'm going to get this done, And the two anaesthetists were males, and one of them was so funny. He reminded us of my brother's son, Ethan. He was the double of him. And then the one who was above him, he was a Japanese guy. And he knew I was scared and that. And he was saying, where would you like to go? Where would you like to travel? I says, I'd like to travel to Japan, actually. Really? And he's saying, why? And I was saying, I want to go and see the pandas and blah, 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 and the people and the culture. I just feel the need to go to Japan. And then he said, say Japan. And I says, I'm saying Japan. Say pandas, say pandas. He says, say Japan. And you know how it is. The next thing, boof, I'm out. I can't remember anything else. But then the next thing, I was floating in this no space. I think I actually came out my body. My spirit separated. And I was in purple and lilac. And I felt complete bliss. And I knew I hadn't died. I just knew that I was floating. And I was floating. I felt really like serene, like some sort of hippie fairy. I was like floating away there. And then the next thing, all the haze went. And then I was around this big table, and I was told I was in the angel boardroom. And there were these angelic beings around this table. It was so surreal. It was incredible. And Freya was there, goddess Freya. And she was smiling, and she was so beautiful with her long blonde hair. And these cherubims were there, and they had this graph. I've got to tell you this. They had this graph, and it looked like a time machine. I recognised it, but I didn't understand it. It looked very like physics. And it was a graph of old Earth, Agartha. Am I pronouncing this right? Agartha. And then there was Earth now. And they were showing us that it's transporting, and then they were putting it into future Earth. And they were showing me actually what's happening now. We're going into the next stage of a human civilization. And then they were showing me that these beings, these dark beings, which had taken over the planet, were losing power, and they were going to up the ante. They were going to go to the next level of, to the next level of drama, right? Of all events, what's going to take place. And that we have to keep calm, and that they were telling us that I just got to keep people calm and keep them level and show them that the power of what they have, and that we are all the magic. We are all the magic. And we can change the timeline by not getting caught up in the drama. Okay? I'm healing from the surgery. I'm doing really well. I've been taking Arnica. Has anybody took that before? I took it before my surgery, and I've been taking it since. And I'm bruised. But yeah, that's what I feel at the minute. Physically, I feel actually okay. I just needed to come on and tell you this. But they said that there was going to be great amount of trickery what was going to take place. And we hadn't got to get fed into the drama. And fear was going to take place. And that we are being tested by faith. And it's not about so much what you believe in, it's about being clean in your heart. Being clean in your heart. I also seen Jesus there as well. And I've had a flash of him tonight. He was around us when I was because I was chilling tonight, guys. I wasn't even planning on coming on here. you know, and I got so wound up about this bloody scammer. So I've had to come out to warn you, don't pay any money to anybody who's impersonating to be me. I would never do that. Okay? I don't do that. I don't promote spells and do stuff like that. If I do anything charity, I always do it properly where it's linked to my video. Okay? So I was transported into this angel boardroom and told that there is great change to take great place across this planet. We are now becoming telepathic. So the majority of the human race is we are turning telepathic as a human civilization. So that means we're all turning psychic. But you've got people who are good psychics and you've got people who are bad psychics. You know, it's a holy war, it's a spiritual war. They also showed me that there is a gold war taking place on this planet. So there is been large amounts of gold which is being hidden, and it's all going to be revealed. There's going to be a lot of corporations that's going to come tumbling down, a lot of change what's going to take place. The snake isn't something that you see. The snake gets into your inner fear. And believe you me, I seen it and I heard it. It had a big whipping tail, fork tail. It was horrible, right? I seen him. I seen old Nick, right? And he has took me to the depths of despair, and I've had to fight and claw my way out of this. I've had to change my lifestyle. I've had to face the fears. And I now trust doctors again. I now trust, as you want to call it, NHS, right? And I don't feel ashamed to say that I was in a dark place after what happened with the craziness a couple of years ago. And I now have my faith back. But, you know, like anybody, you get good docs, bad docs. Good policemen, bad policemen. Good and bad. Good cop, bad cop. So you've got to use your feeling. If you're not comfortable, you can always change a situation. Okay? But I feel so blessed, right, and being given this chance. That's why I'm never going to smoke again either. I'm not going to undo something where I've been given this blessing, right? And I feel it's as if I need to put this out to you tonight, right? We are in massive, huge change, and we have to hold the line like we're all Vikings on that ship. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. I said this a few years ago, and I'm saying it again. Watch for massive amounts of trickery. Just get my cup of tea here. The message for Easter, what came from Jesus. For love and compassion, and for us to feel that we're blessed. Even if you feel like your whole life's falling apart, just hold on to the things what makes you feel happy. Remember, frequency is changing all the time. So amongst this whirlwind, if this vortex in the middle, we're getting caught up in it. If it gets a hold of you, nobody's immune to this. Just sit there, feet firmly on the ground, hands like that, and say, please, angels, if these aren't my energies, lift them off me, and hold on to that thought, what makes you happy, for 5 minutes, and then you'll find things start to change. Remember, charity begins at home. Don't be distracted, but at the same time, we're all wondering what's going on. But look after yourself. It's very important that we look after our vessels. But everything's frequency, everything's energy, nothing stays. So if you feel under attack, because I've had a lot of people being worried today. It's not just the planets. Don't feed into the fear. Keep your faith. This is what's coming in from Jesus tonight. Keep your faith. It will pass. It cannot stay. Like sickness can't stay. Like anger can't stay. Bitterness, evilness. Evilness is just an energy of a lower vibration. My dad's doing okay today, actually. I've been talking to him today on the phone. We have to understand, well, something huge is happening. It's not just to do with the corporations and politics. something godly is happening. Godly. I can't put my finger on it. I just know it's huge. But I was standing in this room. I wished I was an artist. I'm a psychic when it comes to doing automatic writing, but I'm not so much an artist. You know, it looked like it wasn't so much like a crop circle. It was intricate. It was round, and it was a new timeline. What was coming in, and when you hold on to that and you concentrate on how you feel, if you feel like bad things are happening in your present life, things are going wrong, like your granny's fell over, or the cat's took ill, or the dog's got knocked over, or someone's not well, or you've had an argument, just stand there, feet firmly on the ground, hands like that. Please, angels, if these aren't my energies, lift them off me. Go make a cup of tea. Like we see in Britain, keep calm and carry on. And that is what I want to say from this British lass. Keep calm and carry on. Because everybody's like puppets. Everybody is being tested from the good guys and the bad guys, which is the devil and God. It's the demons and the angels. It's angels and demons at the moment. And we're channels. We're channels. And people can get easily manipulated. But if they can't get you that way, they can get you through fear. And a lot of people at the minute are worried about their health or their finances or somebody else around them. How many people in this audience tonight feel bombarded at the moment? So burn your incense if you have to do. I haven't been burning it recently because I'm not sure if it's good around cats. I don't know if anybody knows that. I used to burn it around the dogs. Maybe it's a little incense stick will be okay. But I can't put candles on because they're so curious, my kittens, you know what I mean? But do what you need to do. I'm a great believer in salt's a good protector. Don't feed into the fear, but also take responsibility. Don't feed into the fear if you're too frightened to go to the doctors. Don't feed into the fear. You know, it might not be anything. It might just be that you need some little medicine, or it could be anything. Don't feed into the fear. Remember, we're spirit beings in a meat suit, and we'll have to look after our vessels, but we'll also have to look after our mental health, our emotional self, our spiritual self. Gary T. Rogers in here. My mum is stressed out because her bank is closed and switching. There's weird things happening. If they can't get you one way, they'll get you another. Just think of it like a little forked devil there. We know our weakness. We'll get to her through the bank. We'll get to her through this. A son, a daughter. That's how he manoeuvres. And it's just very heavy at the moment. It's weird out there. Rescue remedy is very, very good. You know, anything like that. Batch flower remedy is good. Massively believe in all of that. Herbal teas, you know, in a herbal tea, actually, there's more vitamin C in it. You can get like the fruit teas and that than you would just grabbing an apple. Excuse me. The message from Jesus: keep our faith. Keep our faith. Do it from love and compassion. Don't do it from fear. Q Bonita. I'm 10 weeks pregnant. Any quick message for us, Louise? That your baby is well cocooned. Your baby is an angel. Your baby is loving being snug inside of you. And they are protected. Is it a boy or a girl? I'm not so sure. Do you want a boy? Your baby's protected. Maybe it's a little girl. I'm not so sure. It's a healthy baby. It's a strong baby. It's a well-embedded fetus. I can see them at that age even sucking their thumb. All the little babies coming onto this earth plane now are on another level. They're ready for new earth. All the crystal children, rainbow children, new age children, Blu-ray children. We have to take care of ourselves. I had to come on and give you this message. Something's going on. Please keep faith. Be with your family. And if you're not a Christian or a Catholic, I'm putting this message out to everybody. Everybody, even atheists. Don't feed into the fear. God bless all the unborn babies. And all the born babies. And all the fur babies as well. We mustn't forget the fur babies. So I'm in the house with my cats. Adam's in bed. The doors are locked. It's nice and cosy in here. I've had to put the heating on. It's really cold outside. My cats were in the huff with us, guys, when I come back from the hospital. I was only supposed to be away for a day. It was a day thing. And I was in there for 3 bloody days. But never mind. I had a bad reaction to the anaesthetic, but I'm over that now. They were amazing. I'm going to go back next week to see my surgeon. And I'm going to get a tin of biscuits and take them in for the nurses. They were such angels. Angels. You know, everything that they do. Yeah, I was laughing. I'll make you laugh. So I've got this thing about a cup of tea now, you know, and I couldn't get to sleep. You know, it's not the same as in your own bed. So it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was tossing and turning. And so I got up and I went down to the nurse's station. And there was the two of them. And I think they must drop the temperature at night time because they were sitting there with their little blankets around their shoulders. And they were having like a break. The rest must have been on the wards and that. And they were eating their cookies and drinking their coffee and that. And I says, may I ask if I can have a cup of tea? She goes, yeah, I'll make a cup of tea. I says, oh, thank you very much. I says, could I have some toast as well, please? She goes, yeah, of course. And she looked up, the sister, I'm not sure if it was a staff, she might have been a staff nurse, and she was typing away there. And she went, do you have any messages for us? And I said, I says, are you trying for a baby? And she went, oh, yes. I says, baby coming soon. Oh! And then the other nurse went, any message for me? It was so funny. And I've got the student nurse, he wants to come and see us for a reading. It was great. And then when I was in the recovery, it was one of my followers who's on here. You know, and I'm lying there puking in a dish. And she says, I follow you on YouTube. I says, oh. She says, it's okay, I'll not say anything. And I thought it was really funny. But there you go. There you go. I got over that. And yeah, I had a bad reaction to the morphine. It wasn't very good. But I came through it. And they had to catheter us. I know it sounds a bit gory because I got fluid retention. And it was making us sicker and sicker and sicker. Soon as they give us the catheter, everything just, all the nasty feeling went away. And then they give us a sickness tablet, and then I slept. But then afterwards, when they took it out, I couldn't pee, and they wouldn't let us go home, guys. And apparently your bladder, has anybody else had this in the audience? Your bladder goes sleepy, and apparently it's worse for guys than it is for women. And they wouldn't let us go home until I had a normal wee-wee. And yeah, so then they kept us in another night, and I wasn't very happy. But I still wasn't right. I think it must take you time to get rid of all the drugs and that. But then the nurse says, go to bed. She says, are you ADHD or something? I says, I'm used to being up in the middle of the night. She says, get to bed. And she says, when you lie down, it'll come over you. And I went to sleep about 11, and then I woke up about 1:30. I didn't even know where I was. It was so strange. And then I needed a big long wee, and then I knew I was fine. So Teddy here in the audience, you had bladder freeze after surgery. It's awful, isn't it? And they won't let you go home until you have a wee-wee. Yeah. And there's only so much water you can drink, isn't it? Here's Nala. You want to say hi? Now, don't knock the stream off. There she is. Say hi. Say hi to the ladies and gentlemen. So the cats wouldn't speak to us when I came in. They were in a huff with us. But they're coming around now. They're happy now. Because you see, I hadn't left them before. But they're going to have to get used to it, because once I get better, I'm going to off travel. But, I mean, obviously I had Nikki here looking after them. And but it's not the same as the mama, is it? Did you have a bad reaction to morphine? But yeah, it was quite an experience. And when I came round, it was hilarious. I'd forgotten that I'd gone in for an operation when I came round. And then I thought it was on some sort of UFO because it was the way I was sitting. I seemed like I was high up and it was like round like that. And I had like the tubes up my nose and that. And then I looked and I said to the nurse, "Are you an angel?" Because I still thought I was in the angel boardroom. She goes, "No, I'm a nurse." And I literally didn't know where I was for ages. You know, they were laughing. But they are angels. So you had a reaction to the anaesthetic. It's the most strangest thing. I think when you're younger, you tend to bounce back quicker, don't you? But he came around and seen us afterwards, and what I heard was that he said it was good. But then he came back before I left, and he said that they got it all out, and they took more extra ample out of the area. So basically, I've had it's a bit like a suction mastectomy. That's what they did. So they peeled it back to protect everything on the outside, and took a big area out, an ample area out, and then they took fat from my stomach, my waist, and around my back fat, and built it back up again. And it's so clean, you know. I mean, I thought I was going to be bandaged from there to there. All I've got is a little sort of plaster underneath there, you know. But my mother says, "You look like you've gone in, like hourglass." I feel like I'm more shaped in. Amazing surgeon. But I'm grateful that he's got it out. And I says, "What's the findings?" I mean, I can't tell because it has to go off to the path lab. But he says, "It looks good." And he went like that. "You've got this, girl." He says, "It looks good." So fingers crossed. I'm waiting for everything coming back from the pathology now. Do you know what I mean? And see my oncologist. I've just got to keep upbeat. But I know now I'll never go back to the cigarettes. And it wasn't actually the cigarettes what had caused it. I mean, apparently I'd had it there for a long, long time. And it was estrogen which had fed it. With it being the HER2 thing. But it was, I just didn't, and it hadn't spread, you know, because I've had the full body scan. They said it was a miracle. So, but I just didn't want to take that chance of it coming back anywhere else when I had, you know, gone through all of that. I want to treat my body like a temple now. For the first time in my life, I'm 59 years old, heading towards 60. And I feel like now this is the time for me to protect my vessel. I've never felt so adamant about it, you know. And I just wanted to put it out to you guys, you know what I mean? I can't stand the smell of it. I am got the patches on, but they've been really supportive at the hospital. But I went into the shop today where I normally buy them from, and I felt really proud. I went in to get some gas and electric on my card, and I charged it at the shop. And I smiled, and I got what I needed from the shop, the store. And then she goes, "Do you not want any tabs, like?" She's like Indian, you know, but she's a Geordie. "Do you want any tabs, like, Lou?" I says, "No, I've give up." She went, "What?" I says, "I've given up." She says, "Good for you." And I charged out there, you know, and I felt really strong. And I feel really good. I can breathe. I can taste my food. I feel really good. I feel clean. You know, I'm eating clean. And I'm I'm the Viking warrior. I'm the Geordie warrior, and I am be damned, right? If somebody, I want to say some little fucker, is going to go out there and impersonate me to trick my followers, my lovely followers, out of the hard-earned cash, right? I'm on the warpath, guys. I just said I'd tell yous. Right, so expect a looking glass, right? Soon, okay? I'm on the warpath. Watch for the trickery. I'm here to do what I need to do, and I'm on a roll. I just thought I would let you know that. Right? I am back. Right? I'm just resting at the moment, but I'm watching. Right? Yeah, it's the new me. I'm on a roll. I don't know what else happened in that angel boardroom, but I feel like I've got Freya's energy. She's the goddess of I think she's the ocean and the children and the beauty in the sex, right? So it's like that sexual energy. And of course that sort of makes sense in a way. It's like the whole thing of the woman thing. So maybe it's sort of to do with what happened to my breast. I really don't know, but I'm on a roll. And I've got my sword. And yeah, I just thought I would tell you. There's a trickery in the air, and there's a fear-based bullying energy. And people are getting caught up in it. And we can be getting sucked into it. We've got to be very careful what we're saying as well. So please, if you're going to report this scammer, don't report me. That's what I want to say. And of course, if YouTube, if you're listening, if you do this properly, you will know that I am not the scammer. Just thought I would put that out. So the real scammer has been put onto my community page, where you'll be able to see that they've only opened it this month. And they're not just scamming me, they're scamming a lot of people. Like impersonating, should I say. There's a lot of horrible impersonators out there. So you can get strange symptoms to Ascension. But also when you start to ascend, your body is needing to have that lighter energy. Freya is the goddess of fertility, home, food. She is the warrior of love. And that is where I'm at the minute. Hello there, Ellen from Iceland. The true Viking lady here in the audience. So, yeah, that's what happened to us. And I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to do a video on what happens to people, to the soul, when we go into anesthetic. I mean, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put it together. But I was in this place of no time. I felt so protected, so loved. And I was saying, that was it. Little things are coming back. I was saying to them, what are they doing now? They're saying, look, they're correcting it. But you did this. I says, did I? Yes. You have choice to what you eat. You know. Your soul knew before you incarnated here what they were doing to the food chain. You've come here to tell them all about it. You've come here to teach them how to honour their bodies, honour their souls, send love. If you could see this daft cat now, she's rolling on out. She nearly fell over backwards with her legs in the air. We have to take responsibility. You are all angels who have incarnated here, wherever you've come from. There's not just the main archangels. There's many trillions and billions of trillions of angels. There's more light angels than dark angels. We've come here to do what we need to do. Can you hear our purring? Whatever you're going through, remember nothing stays. I just wanted to put this out to you all tonight. You can be a rogue angel writer, that's fine. Angels aren't perfect. Angels are warriors. We've come back to break the system. We're the system busters. So the eclipse, ow, don't bite my hand. I'm sure the animals are feeling as well. Oh, I've got my sting ready, Robin. Wonder Woman. I've never tried spirulina. What's it like? I can't stop craving lemons, guys. I can't stop craving lemons. It's like lemon this and lemon that. I don't even say that I've been sick. I've had a reset. And the surgeon went in with his hoover and he's vacuumed it all away. I'm having a reset, but I'm taking responsibility. Don't bite Mummy now, that's naughty. You need to play with a mousey. There's different timelines changing. So if you feel uncomfortable and you feel like something's not going right, I talked to this with a client tonight. Change something. It could be anything just simple that you change. For me, I changed my hospital and it changed something. And I've actually talked to this with a client tonight. My client moved and changed the timeline, because then you find the situation with the people that you're dealing with, their reactions, it creates a void in a timeline, and it starts a manifestation off of something else. It creates something to happen. We are all magicians. So happy Good Friday, guys. Don't lose faith. Because of all my hoo-ha, I haven't been able to get my Easter eggs for my grandbaby. And apparently, according to my mother, they're all run out at the shops. But somebody today, I believe I know who sent us them, sent me this most amazing chocolate egg, dark chocolate egg. And I want to say thank you so much, ladies. Which was lovely. And I will be eating it. I do have me little treats now and then. And I do like dark chocolate, which is actually very good for you because it's full of toxins. But yeah, I need to go out and find some Easter eggs for my grandchild tomorrow. And of course, my two boys and my daughter-in-law, because I always spoil them as well. But just trying to have a chilling weekend no matter what is going on. Asta still has some, do they? All right. Rosebud here she's had 23 surgeries. My God. I want to also say that darkness can change the light as well, because that's what we've come back to do. We haven't just come back to stand there as the light. We've come back to banish the darkness. So if that's the case, a dark angel could turn to be the light angel. We are all vessels. We are all being tested. I just thought I would put that out because it's about healing the situation and understanding the situation. We've come back to heal the darkness because darkness is fear. It's avoid what's been lost. And it's turned nasty. But all darkness is it needs to be healed. I just thought I would say that. So if you're experiencing and haven't been having a weird day, that's why I've come on to tell you. And it was a scammer what was impersonating us, what egged us on to think, right, I've got to talk about this. We need to all open our hearts and use our hearts, yes. Because literally anything can be healed. And if you're at that much power, you could even heal a demon. Do you know that? You could turn a demon to the light. I just said I would tell you that. We've all got this. Nothing is an impossible. Magic was shown in that circle of light in the angel boardroom, what is going to take place on this planet. Magic. And we are the magicians. Don't lose faith. So when bridges are falling down and all strange things are happening, there's always a reason. We have to have the armour of God on. And for the ones who are grieving, you will see your loved ones again. We're only here for a short time, really. And we have to enjoy each day like it's our last. And we have to live our best we can. You know, don't be in fear. Please try not to be in fear, no matter what you're faced with. Because fear, that darkness wants you to be fear. Old Nick, that's what I call him. He wants you to be in fear because then he's won. Then he's won. Put your hands into God. Sometimes we have to face fear. Sometimes we can't. I had to face it. I'm still, apprehensive about things. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let that fear take a hold of us. Something clicked within me. And I realised that I've got the lead to God. I've got the lead. I've got the keys. Sometimes the more ascended you become, the more he chases you. You could line a lot of people up here. People who work for God, who are messengers, light workers, healers. They'll all tell you. Every day we're tested. It doesn't leave you alone. That's what makes this world. Because this is school. And of course, the whole world is on a monetary system. So that's going to affect people. And that's where the law of attraction comes in. So the more light you are, the more good you are, the more tested you are. But understand, when something negative happens, it can't stay like that. It's an energy and it moves. Do you know what I mean? It only stays there if you feed into it. Sometimes when you flow into it, then you flow through it and you swim through it. I've become a lot more grateful to the little things. And anybody will tell you when you've been diagnosed with something, you look at your life differently. You don't look at it as monetary, it's what's more important is about that smile on that loved one's face. If their well-being's more important than about how much money you've made or whatever. There's other things which is more important, and a home is so important. Just get my cup of tea. The media plays a big part of all these corporations, as you know. And the media is going to be on a frenzy very, very soon. Like it is, it always is, but it's going to go on. It's going to be on full scale ahead very, very soon. Question everything. What did Jesus say? Don't believe what is said to be true is true. We are all the magicians. We all have the key. The universe is within. God is within. We're all part of a bigger picture. And when you look after yourself the best you can, not about what you look like, it's about you personally, what's best for you. It helps you spiritually and mentally. What is a different timeline? The timeline we are now is 2024. Because we've been told it is. Because everything in this world is run by numbers. Dates. Weight. Literally everything. Money. Everything is run by numbers. What if there was not such a thing as numbers to what we know? Like if we go back to our ancestors who didn't have clocks, who weren't told. Who started the date off? Did Adam and Eve know what date it was? No, they bloody didn't. This world's a lot older than we know. We've been wiped off this planet so many times and they start again. I've talked about this before. But we've passed the Mayan calendar and we are now all creators. It's your choice. And once you start to realise it's not just this physical world that we are living in, magic starts happening. And you can start time jumping onto other... You're physically here, but you're not physically here. And I don't mean that in a weird way. Anything is possible. You know, where did Moses go? Where did Jesus go? You know, when they went off. Didn't it? One of them, was it Moses? You have to correct me. Did he disappear for so many days? Had he just time jumped? Once you start to become that ascended, you then remove yourself. And I'm not saying we're going to all start disappearing. Or will we? We'll create our own world. We'll create our own timelines. Because we're not being told what to do. Just imagine if I was the newsreader now and I was saying, "Good evening, everybody. How does it feel to be in 3036? I'm in 3036. What timeline are you in?" You'd think I was mad, wouldn't you? But how do you really know that you're in 2024? Because you've been told. Society's told we. Oh, my granddad was born, you know, my dad was born in 1943. Because that's when it was. That's what it was labelled. Everything's labelled on this planet. But what if the start of time was older than we ever knew? I do believe we're a lot more far advanced than 2024. Everything's controlled by numbers. To control. So it's like I'm talking to you now from the UK, to the people in the States. I've said this before. So I'm talking to you. It's 1:04 a.m. on Good Friday morning. But yous in the States are still in Thursday night. So I'm actually, hypothetically, talking to you from the future. But at the same time, we're talking at the present moment in time. How's that actually possible? Because there's no such thing as bloody time. It's all been made up. We are like the disciples what's come back to rewrite the new book. So we're all in different timelines, and this is why the world's gone potty. Because we're all trying to find our way. And you've got to choose your timeline. I'm not saying be on my whoopee timeline. I'm just Louise. I'm just the girl what talks to the wall. I'm just showing you that to how to be a free thinker. And do your own research. You need to do what's best for you, but it comes within. And once you start being true to yourself, not from, excuse me, Mr. Blogs, Joe Blogs down the street, or Fanny bloody Brown next door to you, it's about living your true path. That's when the magic starts happening, because you're healing yourself, and then you start to see what's important in your life, what you've come here to do. And we get greatly distracted by a lot of stuff, which is all dramas there to distract with. We're all old souls. So a lot of you've come back to heal your ancestral roots. And if you're feeling really crap at the minute and really tired, it could be some of your energies that you picked up from dark energies out there, because we're porous like sponges. But it could also be that you're also healing old timelines, karmic roots from your grandparents. But only your higher self will know that, if you're an actual angel what's reincarnated back here. Only God will put on you what that you knows that you can deal with. And you probably would think, well, why would I put myself through that? But you don't really know, because you have your time, you have your mind's white before we come here, and that's what the awakening's about. So some of you could be clearing karmic roots from your ancestral lineage, because we're all connected. We're all related. We'll come back as the grid makers to change everything. Don't feed into the fear, guys. I'm not saying stick your head in the sand. Just live in the here and the now. They'll trigger you by your close loved ones. They'll trigger you by your bank account. They'll trigger you with your health. They is the demonic darkness. Don't let them win. Whatever takes place over this next fortnight is going to change history. Hold the line, no matter what you witness, what you see on world news. It's all a movie. And as Debbie's put here on Twitch, it's the Holy Week. It's extremely important, and it's going to make history. That's right, Debbie. May God bless you all. I'm doing okay. I'm off to get my pink fluffy dressing gown on and have a hot chocolate. And I'll see you soon. Watch for scammers. All right? So if you're going to report the scammer, excuse me, who's been impersonating me, go onto my community page on my YouTube account, and you'll see what I've posted, and if it's still there, because YouTube might have took it down. So please don't report me, because what they've done is they've picked my picture and my name, Lulu Scope. But you'll go on and you'll see that they opened it just this month, because you go into the about on the scammers, they've got no videos up. And as you know, on my channel, I've got all my videos up. You know who I am, because you're sitting watching us now. Good night. God bless. Godspeed. It's about to get very messy. As I'm saying that, I want to give you an acorn. And I see a little chick, a little Easter chick. Big changes are to take place. Watch the White House. Watch the change. The white doves are coming. The white doves have come in of peace, and the eagle will roar. The bear will make his last move. And the dragon, she will take flight. All is not what it seems. But the lion has taken a wobble. The crest of the lion. But in the green hills far away, there lies a city wall. Scotland will cheer. Take care. God bless. Happy Easter, guys. And I'll see you soon. And I'll be on again soon. Take care. Bye now. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, yes.